Welcome in here to Shenandoah. We are at Harry Sparger Field. A little bit of a later start. The softball game going on behind us is in the third inning. Your Phillies are on top there, 3-0. We are just about set. Had a little lightning delay and had to delay for a little bit here. Weather has cleared, so we are just about ready to rock and roll. Jade Spangler is on the bump tonight for your Mustangs tonight as they face off against the Red Oak Tigers. So starting lineups for the Tigers tonight, leading off will be Chase Roeder, then Landon Kaus will be batting second, Dawson Bond batting third, A.J. Schmid batting fourth, fifth is Braden Woods, sixth is Adam Beyer, seventh Brody Bond, eighth is Cale Hall, ninth Brett Erickson for the Tigers of Glenwood. For Shenandoah, around the horn tonight, Jade Spangler will be pitching tonight. Catching is Dalton Athan. Around the horn, first base tonight is Gage Heron. Second base, Cole Scammon. Shortstop, Eli Cameron. And third base, Logan Twyman. In the outfield for Shenandoah, Seth Zwickel and is in left. Camden Lormer is in center. And Cole Graham is in right field for the Mustangs. So we're ready to rock and roll, and Chase Roeder is stepping into the box for the Tigers. Roeder, 391 hitter on the year early, the senior backstop for Red Oak. See if he can get some things started early for the Tigers. Spangler on the year has started in 2 games. This is his third game as a starter this season for Shenandoah in his junior year. 5.60 ERA. Teams are batting about 300 against him, 303. So we're ready to rock here in Shenandoah. First pitch from Spangler in for strike number 1. So really good start for Spangler. You'll notice I'm going to be doing a lot of talking tonight because my broadcast partner is MIA. He is out of state. So we'll see Mr. Soderberg next week. Hope he's having a good time as the 0-1 to Roeder misses down. A little bit of an off-speed pitch there from Spangler. Roeder even in the count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful night here. We had a little bit of a sprinkle for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and now it's kind of cleared away. It's nice overcast sky. Gray sky, might be a little hard to see the ball. 1-1 is fouled into the car row. That's just missed everything. It always happens. Everybody's ready for it to hit a car, but it hits nothing. I'm the camera guy tonight. I'm the play-by-play guy tonight. I am the scorekeeper tonight, so I will do my best to bring you all the action here. The 1-2 pitch from Spangler to Roeder. Off-speed pitch, grounded to short, fielded by Twyman. Throw to first in time, so a 5-3 putout. 5-3 putout for out number 1. That's going to bring up Landon Kaus. Camera guy was really slow on that one there. Twyman did make a really good play. You all missed it. I apologize for that. So now Landon Kaus will step in. Kaus, he's a 263 hitter on the year. On base, about 400, 391. First pitch from Spangler, left-hander, takes a ball outside, low and outside. And kind of fun catching tonight is a lefty, Dalton Athan. You don't see that a lot, maybe more so at the high school level. But as you get a little older, you definitely don't see left-handed catchers. They say baseball and softball, the right-handed game, as that ball's hit well into right field. It's drifting foul. Graham leaps and makes a catch in foul territory. That's a long out. Great play by Cole Graham. Feel like we got that on camera. Nice play by Graham. That's going to be a foul out for Landon Kaus. And a very long out number 2. The wind tonight blowing from, as you're looking at it, from right field to left field here in Shenandoah. And that's going to bring up Dawson Bond. Bond, 550 hitter on the year. He's definitely a tough out. The senior is 8 singles, 2 doubles, a triple already on the season. So 11 hits and just 20 at-bats. He's also walked once and been hit 3 times. On base at 625. First pitch, smart first pitch there. Off-speed pitch in for strike 1. Bond, like I said, very, very good hitter. He's been doing it for a long time. And in his senior season, his final season, he's off to a really good start. The 0-1 to Bond. That's going to be a fastball. It's going to be chopped to Twyman. Twyman throw to first in time. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Spangler and company. Twyman with the first and third outs, and Graham with a really nice catch in the outfield. No runs, no hits, no errors. Shenandoah coming to bat in the bottom of the first.
This very moment, a board-certified general surgeon will be leading her team in the removal of her patient's gallbladder. In this newly remodeled surgical suite, she'll use the latest technology and small laparoscopic incisions for a quicker recovery time. In a couple of weeks, the patient will have a pain-free and normal life again. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
It's always been my dream to own a locker.
You like school that much, huh?
Actually, no, my own meat locker.
I'm processing.
So, what do you think?
Well, if that's your it, let's make it happen.
We're back here in Shenandoah. Starting lineup for the Mustangs. It's on your screen. Jade Spangler is going to be leading off. Camden Lormer batting second. Dalton eighth and third. Cole Graham cleanup. And batting fifth is Logan Twyman. Sixth, Jacob Rystrom, who's batting for Seth Zwickel in the DH spot. Batting seventh is Gage Heron. Eighth, Eli Cameron. And ninth, Cole Scammon. So a young lineup here for Shenandoah. It's kind of been the theme all year long, but for every sport. But that's just going to make things better as the years go by with just getting more and more experience. And on the bump tonight for Red Oak is A.J. Schmid. Schmid comes in actually very, very solid pitching this season at the varsity level. 3-0 with a 1.40 ERA. Just 11 strikeouts in 10 innings, so about a 1-to-1 walk to or strikeouts per innings pitched, but teams are only hitting about $1.62 on him. So doing a really good job. But the only thing that you could say is he's given 8 free passes in those 10 innings, so maybe a little bit loose with the control. So if Shenandoah can be selective tonight, they can make some things interesting here as Spangler is just about to step in. But Schmid does a good job for Red Oak, that's to be sure, as getting the final warm-up pitches here as we're just about set to get going here in the bottom of the first. The sun's starting to peek out of the clouds here just behind me here to my right, behind home plate. Might be a little bit difficult for your right fielders to see for a little bit, maybe a little difficult for your center and left fielders as well. But Spangler stepping into the box, and Spangler on the season, his junior year, 278 on the year, 409 on base percentage, so really good job out of the number 1 spot. So over 400 as an on base, really good off-speed pitch from Schmid in for strike number 1. Starting off a game with an off-speed pitch, that's a nice little wrinkle to the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs. Spangler taking the 0-1. That's in for strike number 2. A little more firm that time from Schmid. As now Spangler deep in the hole here. No balls, 2 strikes. Schmid working quickly. The 0-2. A little bender, and it stayed outside. A little bender, a little curveball trying to paint the corner. Just stayed outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Spangler did a good job of letting that one go. 1-2 pitch, fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty good spot there from Schmid, just missing. Roeder sets the spot, and he did a pretty good job of hitting it. Just stayed a little outside. 2-2 offering to the leadoff hitter for Shenandoah. Breaking ball, grounded to second base, picked up and thrown out. So Erickson made a really nice play there. It's going to be a 4-3 put out for out number 1. And it's going to bring up Camden Lormer, the center fielder for Shenandoah. Lormer 0-56 on the year, struggling a little bit at the plate, just 1 for 18, but he's got a 227 on base. So getting on base, just maybe struggling, just kind of getting them base hits. First pitch in there, strike 1. That tends to happen. That right there, when you're on the struggle bus a little bit with the stick, you tend to always start out down 0-1. That's just kind of how baseball works. 0-1 pitch to Lormer, and he grounds it up the middle. It's going to eat up Erickson a little bit. That's going to be either a base hit or an error. Probably going to give him an error on the play, but that's going to help the on-base percentage. As now 1 on, 1 out, and now the lefty, the crafty lefty, Dalton Athan, steps up to the plate. Athan on the year, 278 hitter, 5 RBIs, 5 for 18 with a 350 on base. And he's going to go up against A.J. Schmid with Lormer. Good speed at first. Throw to the plate, in for strike number 1. No balls and a strike. First base runner of the night goes to the Mustangs here. Scoreless game, bottom of the first. Schmid, nice easy throw back to first. You can expect a quicker throw over the next time. That's just kind of trying to lull the runner to sleep. And the 0-1 is bunted foul, so that's going to be strike 2. So trying to play a little small ball here with 1 out. Kind of looked like Athan was looking to bunt for a hit there out of that left-handed batter's box. But now we're 0-2, and Athan going to have to bear down here, much like Spengler. And a little bender swing and a miss. First base occupied, so the batter is out. Out number 2. And a really nice pitch. And Schmid gets his first strikeout of the night for out number 2, with Lormer still anchored at first. And now Cole Graham steps to the plate. Really good start for Graham on the year. A 455 hitter as the first throw over. And Graham's at bat is not in time, and Lormer's safe. A much quicker throw over that time from Schmid. First pitch to Graham is kind of nubbed out to no man's land. That's going to be an infield single, and really good hustle by Lormer as he gets in, and that's going to end up being a run as the throw gets away. So really good hustle by Lormer is going to lead to a throwing error by Erickson and a run, and the Mustangs get on the board first. It's an infield single for Graham, and then a throwing error by Red Oak, by Erickson, his second error of the inning. It's going to be a single and an RBI, and then an E4. That's going to be 1-0 Shenandoah. Now Logan Twyman steps to the plate, freshman third baseman. Schmid's first pitch missing down and away, so 1-0 on 1 hit and 2 errors. And now we've got Logan Twyman, 250 hitter on the year, 4 for 16. On base percentage, 333, so about 1 out of every 3. Graham at second, and the 1-0 pitch missing down. So Schmid not getting hit around, but just getting hit a little bit, and then just defense not making plays for him, which has led to an unearned run. And now the 2-0, a little bit behind was Twyman there. 2-0, definitely want to be sitting and ripping there. So now 2 balls and 1 strike to the third baseman for Shenandoah. Graham gets his lead at second. Pitch is hit softly to third. Throw over to first in time, and that'll end the inning for Shenandoah. They do scratch across their first run. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors. We go to the top of the second. Mustangs with the early lead.
Every inch of your body puts pressure on one place, your feet. So give your feet everything they could ask for by walking in to Brown Shoe Fit Shenandoah. Shoes for every occasion, boots for any situation, and above all, the right fit for you. After all, Brown Shoe Fit has been fitting feet for over 100 years. The only downside, so many shoes to choose from and only 2 feet. Great service, great selection, a great fit every time at Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Shenandoah. Heritage Bank is proud to be a locally owned community bank. We have been committed to our community and meeting the financial needs of our customers since 1873. We are confident that our knowledgeable staff can help you make informed decisions about your financial needs no matter how big or small. Let us show you how rewarding a relationship with First Heritage Bank can be. Stop in at one of our 2 locations, or you can find out more information at www.fhbshen.com. First Heritage Bank is a proud supporter of Shenandoah High School athletics. Go Shen, member FDIC.
We're back here in Shenandoah, top of the second. Your Mustangs out to an early lead, 1-0, off of an infield RBI single for Cole Graham. And then throwing error by the second baseman. And I'm sorry I said it was Brett Erickson. It was Brody Bond, the second baseman for Red Oak, who was just having a little bit of a struggled half inning there. So my apologies to the entire Erickson family for saying Erickson. He played second base last year. But it's Brody Bond there tonight, and it's going to be A.J. Schmid, the pitcher, trying to help himself out, trying to get that run back. And 400 hitter on the year, 500 on base. So he's 8 for 20 on the year with a couple of walks and a couple of hit by pitches. So doing a really good job so far with the stick. So far in the season, the first pitch to Schmid is popped foul, back and out of play. It's going to be an 0-1 count. Spangler very efficient with his pitches. I didn't do a pitch count in the first inning, but I got to imagine he was right around 10 in that first inning. The 0-1 pitch to Schmidt is going to be down and scooped up out of the dirt. It's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, I just go back to that left-handed catcher because I love it. My brother was a left-handed catcher. You just don't see the last major league catcher that I remember being left-handed as the 1-1 pitch comes in, and that's going to be in there. No, just inside. Good spot. Just missed on the inside corner. The last left-handed catcher I remember at the major league level are going to go way back, and it's going to make me feel old. It's Terry Steinbach of the Oakland A's. As that 2-1 pitch is popped up to Eli Cameron. Eli Cameron makes the play. And Terry Steinbach was playing in the major leagues in the 90s. So if that lets you know how long it's been, they say that, again, baseball is a left-handed game or a right-handed game. Left-handers pitch, play first, or play in the outfield. That's generally how it works unless you're very talented. And Nathan's doing a good job behind the plate this season so far early for the Mustangs. And that first pitch chopped down the third base line, and they're going to call that foul. So close, but no cigar for Braden Woods. He comes in on the year, 318 hitter, 315 total team average for Red Oak on this season. Pretty impressive when you look at it, a team batting over 300, top to bottom, pretty impressive. Woods just over that, a 318 on the average, 0-1, and that's wrapped right to shortstop. Cameron scoops, throws to first, and it's in time. Good throw deep in the hole from Cameron. That's going to be a 6-3 putout, and again, 6 pitches, 2 outs. So Red Oak being aggressive, and right now it's to the advantage of Shenandoah. We'll see how the game goes, but at least early returns good for your Mustangs. Now Adam Byer steps in, 250 hitter on the year. He takes first pitch. That's well outside. 1 ball, no strikes to the right fielder for the Tigers. Spangler gets the sign and the pitch. That's up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Byer up in the count here. Spangler's 8th pitch of the inning was right there. So, again, just super efficient, and that's really what you want in the day and age of guys being on pitch counts and having to really go through the rotation. Spangler's 2-0 to Byer. That's in. Swung and missed. Strike 1. Down and away. Good spot. Good spot for Spangler. You want to challenge with 2 balls and no strikes, but you don't want to leave something fat over the heart of the plate, and that's a good spot. As now it's 2-1, and that ball's right there, but just missed. I mean, just missed down. So 3-1. Spangler having to work a little bit to Byer. Give Byer credit. The number 6 hitter in the lineup has seen more pitches than any other Tiger to this point. Now the 3-1 offering. That's swung on and missed. Good cut from Byer. Healthy cut there. As now we are full at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top half of the second inning. Mustangs out to the early lead. Red Oak trying to get some 2-out magic. 2-2 pitch to Byer. Swung and missed. He got him. Good job by Spangler to work back. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. Mustangs coming to bat.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends. because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night, 246-1803, or after hours at 712-310-9248.
From large projects to daily tasks, we can help at Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. This is Josh, and we pride ourselves on quality products, knowledge, and service. We're always available for advice on the projects that take years to design or the issues that need fixed in a hurry. And we offer free estimates on anything and everything you need to complete both. When you have a demand, we offer the supply. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah.
We're back here in Shenandoah, bottom of the second. It's going to be the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Shenandoah. That's Jacob Rystrom, Gage Herron, and Eli Cameron. If anybody gets on, Cole Scammon, the number 9 hitter, will be up before we flip the lineup over. Rystrom stepping into the box here. And Rystrom, the junior, 2 for 13 on the year, 154, but on base percentage of 389. 4 walks and a hit by pitch to go along with his 2 hits. We'll see if Schmidt can keep pounding the zone like he did in inning number 1. First pitch in for strike number 1. Pretty clear on that one, a little outside corner there, so make note of that if you're pitching for either side. Really pound that outside corner, as that ball missed down and away. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the number 6 hitter for the Mustangs. 1-1 from Schmidt. That's in for strike number 2. 1-2, had a little bit of a wrinkle on that. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look for that little bender. Schmidt's been using that at least early with 2 strikes when he's got a count advantage. And there's your bender, and down he goes. Rystrom down on strikes. That is strikeout number 2 for Schmidt. So now 1 down, and Gage Herron comes to the plate for Shenandoah. Herron 167 on the year, 2 for 12. First pitch fouled straight back. 333 on base percentage for Herron. So getting on base about 1/3 of the time, 1 out of every 3 times. That's pretty good OBP there for the number 7 hitter for Shenandoah. The 0-1 from Schmidt. Just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Herron playing first base tonight for Shenandoah. He takes the 1-1 offering, and that's a bender that's in for strike number 2. Really good curveball tonight for Schmidt. And I think that's kind of a staple for he and Dawson Bond. You know, both of those guys have really good benders. And now you come with some cheese on a 1-2 and misses outside. Kind of an update on the softball score. It is now 7-3. Phillies were up 3-0 after 2. We're in the top of the 4th. And Red Oak has come storming back as that off-speed pitch, little slider, looked like missed up. So it's now a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. But the softball game has kind of flipped on its ear, as now the Phillies down. As that's a shot deep into left, and that's going to get down. That's extra bases for sure. Herron, as the ball gets all the way to the wall, Herron stand-up double. Super at-bat for Gage Herron. As I'm talking about softball, and Herron's unloading on a one-hopper to the wall, clean double for Gage Herron, and that's a really good at-bat for the number 7 hitter here for Shenandoah. But yeah, so it's 7-3 with 2 outs in the top of the 4th behind us. We'll keep tabs on that, but the baseball game going on now, and Eli Cameron chops 1 to third. Good job of looking back. The runner was Erickson. I'll give him credit that time, as Cameron out for out number 2 on a fielder's choice. So that's going to be a fielder's choice, 5-3 if you're scoring at home. And now Cole Scammon steps to the plate. Scammon, 145 hitter on the years, started just 3 games this year. They've played 6 total, but he's played just in 3 of them. So not a ton of plate appearances yet this year, so batting average and all that fun stuff will kind of even itself out as the season goes. But 1 for 7 on the year, 143 hitter. He takes that first pitch for a ball, 1-0, and he pops a 1-0 pitch, foul back and out of play behind the home dugout. So evening the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner in scoring position here, Gage Heron with a 1-out double, a 1 hopper off of the left field wall. 1-1 pitch, a little bender, and it's in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schmidt is really utilizing that curveball, and it's going to take a time or two through the order for Shenandoah, I think, to kind of get a hang of it, get a hang of that breaking ball, as now that misses down and away. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter. Should he get on, flip the lineup over to Jade Spangler, that could spell some trouble. So really important for Schmidt to bear down here as he does, gets the swing and a miss outside the zone, and that'll end the inning. So for Shenandoah, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the top of the 3rd. Mustangs lead it 1-0.
Pella Corporation in Shenandoah is growing. Pella is a family-owned company and has a strong heritage that started in 1925. Pella offers a strong benefit package, competitive wages, quarterly bonuses, profit sharing, and more. Pella has a decreased overtime schedule. You'll never work on Sundays, and you will have at least 2 Saturdays off each month to spend more time with your family. Go to careers.pella.com to see what jobs are available and apply today. Experience is not necessary, as Pella will provide training. Pella is an equal opportunity employer.
The strength of a house starts with its foundation, just like the strength of a community starts with its education to ensure its success for many generations to come. The Shenandoah, Iowa Education Foundation strives to bring world-class education and opportunities to the youth of Shenandoah. Visit ShenandoahIowaEducationFoundation.org to become a part of the $100 Club, the Family Challenge, to donate to the Peter J. Weber Scholarship, or to make a general donation. The Shenandoah, Iowa Education Foundation, partnering today for success tomorrow.
We're back here in Shenandoah, top of the 3rd. Game moving briskly at this point. I just gave the broadcasters jinx, but at least at the moment, both pitchers doing a really good job. Pounding the zone, throwing strikes, defense for the most part, making plays behind him. Cole Graham made a really nice play in the first inning, and the infield, Twyman made a couple of really nice plays. Really nice play by Eli Cameron deep in the hole in the last inning for Shenandoah, and then Red Oaks defense seemed to settle down a little bit there in inning number 2. They were a little bit out of sorts in the first inning, which led to the Mustangs' only run, and now it's going to be 7-8-9 to Brody Bond, Cale Hall, and Brett Erickson. So Brody Bond steps in, the number 7 hitter. Struggled a little bit in the field, a 200 hitter on the year. 200 hitter on the year. First pitch. That's going to be down, a little bit inside. So 1 ball, no strikes to the second baseman for Red Oak. A 1-0 offering from Spangler down. Inside, down and in, almost the exact same spot. So now 2 balls and no strikes from the junior Spangler to the sophomore Bond. And time not called as that 2-0 pitch misses high. Spangler was taking a little bit extra time there between pitches, and Brody Bond was trying to get time called. The umpire does not have to honor it, did not honor it, and it ended up in Bond's favor as now the 3-0 count to Brody Bond, and that's going to be in for strike number 1. So 3-1. Spangler needed it to stay in the count, and he got it. Three-one offering from Spangler to Bond misses way upstairs to the first walk of the night issued. This time it's by Spangler. So that's going to bring up Cale Hall with now Bond at first base. Bond hasn't had a lot of opportunities to steal this year, but he's 1 for 1. And now Cale Hall's going to step in, the freshman, a .250 hitter, started all 7 games for Red Oak. And that first pickoff move by Spangler, pretty good one, but safe. Back there is Brody Bond. So Hall starting in left field, got turned around a little bit on Gage Heron's double in the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch, slide step, bunt attempt is fouled off, and that'll be strike number 1. Hall trying to get that bunt down, a little sacrifice. Didn't get the bat out far enough. It was kind of into the body. You want to get that thing out and away from you, as that kind of ate him up a little bit. When that bat's inside your body frame, you kind of lose the ball at that very last instant. You need to get it out away from your face so you can see it and you can kind of just catch the ball with the bat. The 0-1 pitch from Spangler, that's bunted at and missed. So now that time he did get the bat out in front of his body, but lunged out, as that was probably going to be a ball. And now it's 0-2. Coach Erickson got to be a little frustrated. You get your leadoff hitter aboard, try to get a bunt down to move a guy into scoring position. And now Hall down 0-2. Is that fortunate play there as Spangler, a quick spin but a little too quick, as that ball bounced into Heron and it caromed off of Bond, so saving an error, and fortunate for Shenandoah, as now that ball, for all the reasons I can imagine, that should have been strike 3, because that glove never moved, but it was a ball, so it's 1-2. Really good waist pitch there for Spangler. Boy, that looked good from here, but I'm way off to the side. I'll take his word for it. He's right behind. And that 1-2 pitch, as the runner Bond was in motion, but it's fouled right into the right-handed batter's box, so we'll do it again. Bond getting a little exercise there, jogging back to first. So now we're going to do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Spangler in a little bit of trouble here. Not a lot of trouble yet, but got his first base runner of the night on in Bond, and looks like they're trying to move him. 1-2 pitch is, just inside. He's got to paint the outside corner, it looks like. Tonight it's an outside corner game, not an inside corner game. As it's 2-2, his last 2 pitches that were taken were got to be really close. 2-2 offering. Bond maybe on the move. He is on the move. That ball's low. The throw down to second, not in time. Gets into the outfield, but Bond will stay put at second base. And now we've got our first Tiger in scoring position. It'll go down as a stolen base for Bond, and now we got a full count offering. Shenandoah and Spangler in danger of letting the first 2 Tigers on base here in the inning. Full count offering is chopped right back to Spangler. Bond did go all the way to third there. Spangler tried to look him back, and Bond was kind of in no man's land. You may have been able to get that out. You may have been able to, but take the sure out, probably not a bad idea. It's a fielder's choice. It's going to go down a fielder's choice, 1-3 put out, and it's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Brett Erickson. Erickson, 091 hitter, steps in just off the plate. So an 091 hitter, the number 9 hitter. If you needed to move a guy over, that's probably someone you'd say lay the bunt down, try to put it in play type of deal. But he takes the 1-0 right in there for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Big at bat for both Red Oak and Shenandoah here, because the lineup flips over. Much more reliable hitters for Red Oak coming up. So if Red Oak can scratch across one here, as now that's in for a strike, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. If somehow Erickson can put the bat on the ball, get a run in before the lineup flips over, that could lead to a big inning. So Shenandoah got to bear down here, as Spangler up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a bender swing and a miss. Good pitch. Nice little breaking ball, good off speed. And Erickson goes down. That is the second K of the day for Spangler. And now back to the top of the order, and that's a big out, because now Roeder grounded out to Twyman in the first inning to lead off the ball game. More than likely, he's going to put the bat on the ball. So, first pitch missing upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Spangler to Roeder. Spangler won the first matchup here in this ball game. We'll see if he can win it again. That pitch is in for strike number 1. So 1-1. Good job coming back in the count by Spangler after falling down to 1-0. So definitely thrown more pitches this inning. I think the first 2 innings combined, Spangler was probably less than 20. He's probably thrown about 15 to 20 right now. That ball is chopped off of the plate. Easy play for Spangler, and that'll end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Going to the bottom half of the inning. Red Oak strands a runner, and the Mustangs coming to bat.
Sorensen Auto Plaza in Shenandoah has been here over 25 years, and they specialize in financing. Buy here, pay here. At Sorensen Auto Plaza, they finance all credit types. Bad credit, no problem. Visit SorensenAutoplaza.com to apply for financing and stop by and visit us on Sheridan Avenue. Sorensen Auto Plaza, proud to support this Shenandoah live stream.
United Group Insurance is a team of people you know and people you trust. We offer home, auto, farm, crop, life, health, and commercial insurance from our convenient offices in Atlantic, Griswold, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. Our team of agents work together to make sure our customers find an insurance policy they feel great about. We offer a variety of insurance carriers so you can choose what works for your coverage needs. Learn more at United Group INS.
We're back here in Shenandoah at Harry Sparger Field, bottom of the 3rd. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 Shenandoah. It's going to be top of the order, Jade Spangler. Spangler grounded out to Brody. Bond in the first inning to lead off the ball game. First pitch, he's going to flare one out into shallow left. Diving attempt not made by Hall. That's going to end up being a single for Spangler. Just kind of a wounded duck, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score. Spangler is aboard with a leadoff single. Now Camden Lormer stepping in. This is where you might see some games getting played here. You may see the bunt get laid down. You may see Spangler just straight try to steal. He's got really good wheels. He's going on the first pitch. Bender, that's a good pitch to run on, but a great throw by Roeder, and he is gone. You throw a little slider, and Roeder, quick release, good arm. That's out number 1 on a 2-3 putout. Caught stealing. So Lormer is up in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. And now with 1 out in the inning. And the 1-0's popped foul out of play just behind the first base dugout. The home dugout's going to carry him and hit a Chevy Silverado. If you need a good repair shop, just look at the Doug Meyer Chevrolet scoreboard. Talk to their general manager. I hear he's a nice guy. 1 ball, 1. It's me, by the way. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Lormer. That ball's lined right up the middle. Big single for Lormer. Needed that for the old confidence. Is Lormer swinging a good bat tonight, and he's aboard for the second time tonight. Hit the ball hard twice. This time it's a clean single for sure. But now Ethan to the plate. Tried to bunt his last at bat. Ended up going down on strikes in the first inning. A little update behind us. What was once a 7-3 game turned into an 8-3 game. Red Oak, as that pickoff attempt, a little slow one. You're going to have a fast one coming next. That's just kind of how you do it. Do one slow and the next one fast. But now it's 8-6. So Shenandoah is chipping away on the other side. Bender, and that's up the middle. Bad hop, but that's going to be a clean single. Runners will go station to station. So Lormer in at second. Ethan Nice solid single up the middle. So 2 on, 1 out. So save for the caught stealing. That's 3 straight singles for Shenandoah. Second time through the order, getting a look at the off speed from Schmidt. They're timing it up a little bit, and they're having some solid contact. And now Cole Graham, who also reached on an error in the first innings, got an opportunity with a couple ducks on the pond here for Shenandoah. First pitch by Schmidt is lined into shallow center. That's going to get down, and again, station to station. Just put a quarter in and everybody go around. It's like carousel. We are loaded up. That's 4 straight singles by Shenandoah, and now they're loaded for Logan Twyman. Nowhere to put him. Nowhere to put him as Graham gets aboard with a single, continuing his hot start, and now going to get a little bit of a conference at the mound. I don't think Schmidt's losing it. He's throwing strikes, but just Shenandoah is doing a better job of seeing it off of the hand of Schmidt here the second time through. They're not letting him get to his breaking ball. They're being aggressive when they see fastball, and it's paid off to 4 straight singles, and now 1 out, bases loaded, a chance to put a crooked number up with Logan Twyman up, who grounded out to third base his first time up. If he gets something in the air in the outfield, find some green out there in the outfield, you may end up getting yourself a crooked number. So we'll see if Twyman can deliver. As the conference at the mound has finished, one of the 17 coaches for Red Oak went out there. I don't know which one it was, but they've got a gajillion of them. First pitch misses down and in. That's good. That's good that they have that many coaches, that many guys interested. A lot of individual attention there. They do have a lot of coaches. I count at least 5 or 6. So 1-0 misses up and away. So now 2-0. So Twyman in the driver's seat big time. He can look 1 pitch, 1 spot here. 2-0. That's in for strike number 1 on the outside corner. Really good pitch there by Schmidt. Needed to have it. And wasn't what Twyman was looking for. Twyman still up in the count here. Can be pretty aggressive in the zone as that ball's chopped short. Throw home by Bond is in time, but that's all they can get is 1. So it'll be a fielder's choice. Fielder's choice. 4-2 on the putout. So Twyman is aboard at first. And Rystrom steps in, struck out on a really good bender, but this time he ends up getting plunked by the pitch. Probably the easiest RBI he's going to have in his entire season. Maybe not. Maybe he gets a lot of those. But that's going to score the second run. And now it's going to be Graham at third, Twyman at second, and Rystrom is at first. And that's going to be Gage Heron, who absolutely tattooed the ball his last time up. And the left fielder Hall still playing, I would say, very shallow. He's in about mid left field. And Heron, another one. This one's a shallow pop fly into center field, and can of corn out there for the center fielder. So what could have been a huge inning turns into just 1 run. 4 hits were allowed, but 3 Mustangs left on base. We go to the top of the 4th. Mustangs now up 2-0. We're back here in Shenandoah, top of the fourth. Mustangs on top, 2-0. It's going to be 2-3-4 due up for Red Oak. It's going to be Landon Kaus, Dawson Bond, and A.J. Schmid. If you want to start a little rally here, this is a really good part of the order for Red Oak to turn things around. Shenandoah just needs to keep playing the way they're playing, keep the foot on the gas, play good defense, throw strikes, and see what happens. So into the box is Landon Kaus. He fouled out to Cole Graham deep in the right field corner there in foul territory. Hit it well. As that first pitch hit Kaus, so Kaus gets aboard, and that's not a really good recipe for success. Kaus, 3 for 3 on the year in stolen bases, third on the team at this point in steals. It's just still early in the year, but hit by pitch, not a good way to start, as I know Coach Roberts would agree, and anybody would agree there, and I'm sure Jade Spangler would agree. So Kaus gets his lead, snap throw over, good scoop by Heron. As now Dawson Bond, who grounded out to end the first inning, to Twyman. Bond came into tonight batting .500. Kaus on the move, throw down, one hopper, and not in time. So Kaus safe at second, so now runner in scoring position, and 1-0 count to Dawson Bond. .1-0 pitch is lined right up the middle. That's a base hit. It's going to probably drive in a run. Good job by Lormer to cut it off. He throws it into the cutoff man, and that's going to end up being a hustle double. A hustle double by Bond. There was no extra throw, so he's going to get the double and an RBI. So that changes the game. That changes the game a little bit here. First hit of the night for Red Oak comes in the top of the fourth. That's going to bring up A.J. Schmid, the pitcher, trying to help himself, still with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. I think we're ready to go. Spangler gets the sign, checks the runner at second. Leg kick, throws. That ball's chopped fair down the third base line. Good call. Not for Shenandoah, but a good call nonetheless. And that's going to end up putting runners at the corners. Solid single by Schmid. And now runners at the corners, nobody out. So the hits starting to come around now for both sides. As Bond is in at third, Schmid's in at first. He's probably going to be well on his way to second base here pretty soon with Braden Woods, who grounded out deep in the hole to Eli Cameron, his last at-bat. And on the move, throw down is not cut off, and safe at second is Schmid. It will be a stolen base. So now Woods at the plate, 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out, 2 in scoring position. A ball in the outfield is going to get 1 in for sure, maybe 2. 1-0 to Woods. That ball's lined off the glove of Twyman. That's going to get 1 run in for sure. The runner at second had to freeze on the line drive, so just 1 in, and we are all square. Third consecutive hit, 4th consecutive base runner for Red Oak as their bats starting to come alive. So now Schmid's at third, Woods is at first with an RBI single. Now Adam Byer steps to the plate.
Number 4, Adam Byer.
Byer struck out to end the second inning, his first time up. First pitch to Byer is not there, but the throw is not in time. That was close play. Close play. Good throw. But Woods was just able to beat the throw, and that's going to be a 1-0 count to Byer. With still nobody out, 2 on, in scoring position for the Tigers. 1-0 misses down in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Spangler laboring through the top half of the fourth. No outs yet. And again, he's not walking kids. He did hit Landon Kaus on the first pitch of the inning, but Red Oak, just give them credit. They're being aggressive like Shenandoah was in the bottom half of the third, and they're just teeing off on first pitch strikes. 2-0 in for strike one. So Byer wanted to see one. He got one. Spangler back in the count now, 2 balls and a strike. Top of the sixth behind us at the Bob Lucky Fulton Field, 8-6. Red Oak still with the lead. And that 2-1 pitch, I think the umpire might have blinked because it looked pretty good. My eyes were open. But I probably had something in his eye. A little gust of wind, perhaps. It's 3 balls and a strike. Spangler's 3-1 offering. That's going to be lined past Heron. That's going to get one in for sure. Graham throws it into the cutoff Heron. That's going to be 2 RBI. So a 2 RBI single for Byer as the crooked number continues. And that is going to be 5 straight Tigers to reach base, and we're going to get a visit to the mound. 4-2. The game is kind of flipped on its head. As Red Oak through the first 3 innings had 0 hits and just 1 base runner, and in this inning, in the 4th, they've had 5 consecutive base runners and 4 consecutive hits, and they've all been hard hit balls. There haven't been any bleeders or duck snorts or Texas leaguers or however you want to call them, whatever baseball lingo you want to use. They've been hitting the ball hard on a line here this second time through the order. And second time through the order is always, it's worked for Shenandoah. Second time through the order is super important. You get a chance to see a guy for the second time, and that it's mattered for both sides. Shenandoah was not able to capitalize, left the bases loaded last inning in the bottom of the third. Right now, Red Oak has capitalized on every opportunity here in this inning. Byer, big lead at first, gets back just in time. Good snap throw by Spangler, and Heron applied the tag, but safe at first is Byer. Byer not going. First pitch down and away. So it's a 1-0 count. Spangler taking his time. Byer, good lead at first. He will be on the move. That pitch is in for strike. Double clutch and a high throw, and that's into the outfield. The double clutch was spelled doom right away for the catcher, 8th, and didn't get a good grip on it, it looked like, so he kind of double pumped it there, and that ball sailed. Scammon couldn't get to it, and it was Cameron too close to the bag as a backup, couldn't get there either. So now Byer is in at second base. 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch, that's popped foul and out of play. So 1-2 the count to Brody Bond. Bond walked his first plate appearance, got all the way to third before he was left stranded there in the top half of the third. And the 2-strike offering, that's a bender that's chopped slowly to Twyman. Twyman steps, throws, fires, gets the runner at first. So it'll be a fielder's choice as Byer advances to third on the throw. So it'll be a 5-3 fielder's choice for out number 1, Cale Hall, who chopped it back to the pitcher his last time up. But again, super important. It's 4-2. You're still in the ball game. You can't let this lineup flip over, and you really got to stop the bleeding right here. The infield is in. I'll show you that here in just a second. First pitch to Hall in for strike number 1. Show you that here with the infield in here. The infield's right. As you see Twyman right on the lip of the grass, as is Cameron. Scammons in on the grass, and Heron also in on the lip of the grass. The 0-1, little slide piece in there for strike number 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. Nothing good here, 0-2. And that ball's popped up. Because the infield was in, that may drop. The hustle by Scammon, he's not going to get there. That's going to be a single. And that's just one of those analytic nightmares. If Scammon is playing at a normal depth without a runner at third, playing infield in, that's probably a routine fly ball, routine pop out. But since he was playing in, he had to hustle all the way back there, and he was not able to get there in time. That's going to go down as a tough luck single if you're a Mustang fan, but an RBI single if you're Cale Hall, and that's going to look like a line drive in the box score for him too. So he's now at first, and now Erickson struck out his first time up. The 0-1 pitch, bunted foul, so 0-2. As now Erickson down 0-2. Trying to move that runner into scoring position for the top of the order, Chase Roeder. Oh, 2 pitch, runner on the move. That pitch misses high, not in time. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. As Red Oak's getting a lot more aggressive on the base paths. They have not been caught stealing yet, but they have put a lot of runners in motion. That 1-2 pitch is fouled off, just off the end of the bat. So it's 5-2 the score. 5-2 the score. 1 out. Runner at second base. Erickson in a 1-2 hole. Swings and misses. Strike 3. Big strikeout for out number 2. For the top of the order now, Chase Roeder. Roeder 0 for 2, hasn't left the infield yet, grounded to third his first time up, and then right back to the pitcher, his second at-bat. First pitch is fouled back and out of play, so no balls and a strike to Roeder. Spangler comes set, 0-1 count to Roeder. And check to swing, he did go. So it is 0-2, a little off-speed pitch. And they'll get it called, so now we're 0-2, 2 outs, trying to get out of a jam. And Roeder chops it foul right back to us. So now still 0-2 to the first baseman for Red Oak. From Spangler. Good dig in the dirt by Athan. Saved the runner moving 90 feet. So now we're 1 ball, 2 strikes with Roeder. With Roeder still at the plate. Spangler gets the sign, comes set, and a chopper in the hole, gonna get through. It's gonna be an RBI single with 2 strikes for Roeder as the big inning continues. It's a good at-bat for Roeder as he gets himself an RBI on the single. Which is a good two-strike approach. Going the other way, and now Landon Kaus steps in. Kaus hit by a pitch that started this whole inning. It's now 6-0. And that first pitch misses high, so 1 ball, no strikes. Maybe a little frustration for Spengler. They've hit him hard this inning, but the last few have been plays maybe if you're lined up, normally nobody on, nobody out type of situation, where those are plays that Scammon could make, but he's holding the runner on the last time, so he's maybe a little more up the middle, so he couldn't get to that last ground ball by Roeder, and then the pop-up to Hall, or by Hall, was definitely a ball that Scammon would have been able just to kind of scamper under. Roeder on the move, and he had a great jump, and that ball's going to squirt out into the outfield, but Roeder's going to be content there at second base, as that ball misses as well, so 2 balls and no strikes. Roeder in at second base, by my count, that's the 7th stolen base for Red Oak this game so far, and it looks like Kaus, for the second time in the inning, got hit by a pitch. That's something you don't see every day. Guy gets 2 plate appearances in the same inning, and he's been hit by a pitch both times. See something new every day at the ballpark. So 2 outs, 2 on, and the most dangerous hitter for Red Oak is up, and a double steal attempt. So that's stolen base 8 and stolen base 9 for Red Oak here in the ball game, and we've played just 3 2/3 innings, so they are being very aggressive on the base paths. Until you throw somebody out, I would imagine they're going to continue to be aggressive. And Bond hits one into right center field. Lormer drifts over and makes the play, so that'll end the inning. But a big inning for Red Oak. They get runs back, and they get them back in bunches. 6 runs on 6 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 left aboard. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Mustangs looking to rally down by 4.
Here it is. This is where my passion is my major.
With more than 80 areas of study, dozens of clubs and activities to choose from, and advisors who ask the right questions and offer support, it's easy to be you at Iowa Western.
This very moment, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon is on his way to a newly remodeled surgical suite where he'll scrub up and dress into infection-free equipment and begin a surgery to give his patient a replacement knee. With the help of a knowledgeable staff and the latest technology, he'll give this man hope for a normal life again without walking in pain. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
We're back here in Shenandoah, bottom of the 4th over here. It's bottom of the 6th in the girls' game, and now it's 9-8. Is that correct, Dale? It looks like 9-8, us. So maybe it's 11-8, but either way, the Phillies have clawed their way back down to 8-3. They're at least up 9-8. Could very well be 11-8. We're not running the scoreboard over there. But either way, there's still nobody out in the inning over here in the bottom of the 6th. So Shenandoah, your Phillies have turned things around here as it's going to be 8-9 top of the order for Shenandoah. Eli Cameron, he took ball 1 on the first pitch. So that's how things are going. Behind us is Cameron off the thumbs, and that ball nearly squirted by Roeder there. It kind of skidded on the ground. It took a big hop and then took a real short hop, but a good job by Roeder to make a play. That's going to be a 3 unassisted for out number 1, and now Cole Scammon steps in, number 9 hitter. Struck out his first time up. Has an opportunity to to get on base to flip the lineup over for Jade Spangler. First pitch from Schmidt. Missed outside. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. And the bender, that time you could tell he was kind of guiding that one there. He didn't just let it fly. 2-0 the count to Scammon. And that one missing down. So they called that first one a strike, so it's 2-1 the count to Scammon, second baseman for Shenandoah. 2-1 skips in, so 3-1 the count to the number 9 hitter for Shenandoah. Spangler waiting on deck. 1 for 2 on the night. 3-1 in, so we are all full. Action pitch coming here. It's a walk, it's a hit, it's a swing, it's something. Something's going to happen on this pitch right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and chopped up the middle. And it couldn't make the play, was Bond, and that's going to be an infield single for Scammon. That'd been a tough play. We'll give him a hit on that one. That'd been a tough play for Bond. I know that's a play you kind of maybe expect him to make, but that'd been a tough one. And now over on the other side, as Spangler's up to the plate now, it's 11-8 now. Phillies on top. First pitch in for strike number 1. To Spangler, as I mentioned, 1 for 2. Singled his last time up, was caught stealing in the back in the 4th inning. And a little off-speed pitch. And it's strike number 2, ball number 2. They said ball 2, excuse me. The guy running your scoreboard's just doing terrible tonight. So 2-0, and now it's 3-0. Spangler way ahead in the count. You want to try to claw back? I mean, they do have a 4-run home run, but I don't think that's what he's thinking of as he takes a 4-pitch walk. So the leadoff hitter doing what leadoff hitters do, and that's get on base for Camden Lormer, who's had 2 really good plate appearances so far. He's hit the ball hard twice. He's reached base both times and scored one of the 2 runs for Shenandoah. Singled, nice firm single his last time up. First pitch from Schmidt, that skips in, and that's going to get by Woods, and that's going to be 2 runners now in scoring position as without having to do anything. Lormer just got himself a lot better situation here at the plate. Stood there, and that's 5 straight balls for Schmidt. He's got to find himself here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that's a big swing by Lormer. Big swing. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Gave it a healthy hack there. So 1-1 the count. 2 on. 2 big runs. And Schmidt throws, and that ball eats up Bond. That's going to get 1 in for sure. The throw to the plate, not going to be a play at the plate. You have runners at the corner. Spangler stays put. That hit the lip, so it's got to be a hit there too. It's going to be now 6-3, and another single. This time an RBI for Lormer. So really good night at the plate for Camden Lormer, trying to break out of that early season funk. And now Dalton Athan 1 for 2 on the night. He singled and scored his last time up, and he swings and hits a shallow little popper right to the second baseman, and Bond makes the play. So 1 pitch and another out. So 2 outs here. Be an F4 if you're scoring at home. And Cole Graham comes up. He's been on base twice, reached base both times, singled his last time. And Graham lines it up the middle. That's a base hit. It's going to be an RBI for sure. So runners at first and second. And the sticks are coming alive for both sides now, 6-4. The 9th hit of the night for Shenandoah. And 6 hits now for Red Oak, all in that last half inning. So now, again, we got a ball game. It's been a fun one. Logan Twyman up. He is 0 for 2, but has hit twice. This time it's to the shortstop Bond. The throw to first in time, and that'll end the inning. But for Shenandoah, they had 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors and 2 left aboard. We go to the top of the 5th. We got a good one in Shenandoah. We'll be back right after this.
It's always been my dream to own a locker.
You like school that much, huh?
Actually, no, my own meat locker.
I'm processing.
So, what do you think?
Well, if that's your it, let's make it happen.
Every inch of your body puts pressure on one place, your feet. So give your feet everything they could ask for by walking in to Brown Shoe Fit Shenandoah. Shoes for every occasion, boots for any situation, and above all, the right fit for you. After all, Brown Shoe Fit has been fitting feet for over 100 years. The only downside, so many shoes to choose from and only 2 feet. Great service, great selection, a great fit every time at Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Shenandoah.
We're back here in Shenandoah. It's 6-4 now as we're ready to start the top of the 5th. 6 runs for Red Oak in the top of the 4th. Shenandoah answered back with 2 of their own. So 2-run ball game here in Shenandoah. Spangler back out for the 5th inning. On the girls' field, we're ready to go to the top of the 7th. A 6-run 6th inning for Shenandoah as they have gained the lead, taken the lead. They're now up by 4 with 3 outs to go to claim their second victory of the year and second conference victory of the year as they now lead Red Oak 12-8. For Red Oak to start the top of the 5th, it's 4, 5, and 6, and this was a lot of damage last inning as each of these 3 hitters singled and scored their last time up, and that was all back in the 4th inning. So see if Spangler, after getting a couple runs back, can settle in and mix some speeds a little bit because Red Oak was definitely sitting on the first pitch fastball just like they did right there as that ball's hit right between first and second. Nothing Scammon could do there. Just a well-placed single. And Schmidt is on with his second hit of the night. He's now 2 for 3. So a leadoff single, and you got to figure Schmidt's going to be on the move. They've had 9 steals tonight in the first 4 innings. You got to feel like they're going for double digits here. They may not even wait a pitch. As Braden Woods comes to the plate, 1 for 2 on the day. And they will wait a pitch, but Woods pops it into medium deep center field, and Lormer there to make the play. Steady center fielder for the Mustangs. So out number 1, and 1 pitch, 1 out, F8. And Adam Byers steps in. He is 1 for 2, 2 RBI single his last time up. You got to feel like you're going to get a take from Byer here because you wanted to get Schmidt up to second base, but Woods flied out on the first pitch. So you feel like you're going to get a take there. Good move. Definitely had Schmidt leaning a little bit, but he's back in time. So no harm, no foul if you're a Tiger fan. And not on the move. He squared to bunt, pulled it back. 1 ball, no strikes to Adam Byer. Schmidt at first. Gets the snap throw to first, and he's still in there. That was close, but was able to sneak in, and now it's hard to tell what color Schmidt's jersey was when he started. It's definitely more brown than black. There's that 1-0 pitch, and he is on the move this time. Throw outside, and the throw down skips in, and a good save by Scammon, the backup there, second baseman. So now it's 2 balls and no strikes as a little snowball fight there for Shenandoah nearly cost him an extra base. But that's now 10 stolen bases for Red Oak on the night. 2-0 pitch is upstairs with 3 balls and no strikes to Byer with Brody Bond on deck. I would say that if you lose Byer here, it may not be the end of the world because none of the 7, 8, 9 hitters have hit it out of the infield yet tonight. As that 3-0 is in for strike number 1. Spangler toes the slab, 3-1 the count. Schmidt at second. Byer at the plate, 3-1, is nubbed out to first base. The flip to Spangler in time. A little PFP right there. A little pitcher's fielding practice. I know they work on that quite a bit. Coach Roberts does a good job with that pitcher's fielding practice. That'll be a 3-1 put out and a fielder's choice. So now Brody Bond, who walked and hit into a fielder's choice his last time up, he steps in with a runner at third and what could be a big run at third, as they are now up by just 2. Is that first pitch in for strike number 1. Oh, 0-1 to Bond, and he checked his swing, did not go. Good stop by Dalton Athan. You get a look at that backstop back here. I mean, that's a deep, deep backstop. So if something gets behind Athan, that's a free run right there. So a really good job by the sophomore, the crafty lefty, of getting in there and getting down and using his body to block that ball. 1-1 count from Spangler to Bond. Just down and in, 2-1. Tough pitch. You want to get him through 5, and he is right on the cusp of 5 innings as he's gone 4 2/3. As the game now with 2 outs behind us, the Phillies 1 out away from a comeback victory over a very feisty Red Oak team, as now it's 3-1 and on the baseball field to Brody Bond. Bond at the plate, Schmidt at third. 2 outs in the inning. Spangler, deep breath, fires, misses high. So a 2-out walk. We put runners at the corners for Cale Hall. Hit an RBI single his last time up. If you remember, the infield was in, so Cole Scammon was probably a foot or 2 on the grass, and that ball landed in the deep dirt in near second base. So where Scammon is right now on your screen, it's probably about 20 feet to his left is where that landed. That's a really good snap throw to first, but Bond gets back in safely. So where he's currently standing, if that happened again, it would be an F4, and that'd be the end of the inning. Hall can't get a called strike. The run will score on the throw, so it's going to be a stolen base number 11, and then an E2, which is going to be how they scored their run as Schmidt comes in on the throwing error. So putting the wheels in motion, and Shenandoah has been throwing down all night. So you got to kind of feel like that was going to be on there with the bottom of the order, try to squeeze across a run, and that ball misses out. So I believe we're 1-1. 1-1 the count to Hall. Runner at second base, Bond, 2 outs. Super important to get out of this thing before things explode, as that ball missing down and away. A little frustrated on the mound right now is Spangler. He gave up a seeing-eyed single to the leadoff hitter Schmidt, who came around to score on a throwing error. Fielder's choice, a walk. I mean, they haven't hit him around this inning. It's just kind of been a death by 1,000 cuts here in this top of the 5th, as that pitch just swung on and missed. So Hall now down in the count, or even in the count rather, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Big pitch to the freshman left fielder, Cale Hall. 2-2, payoff pitch. No, we're going to see another one. Action pitch here, full count. Full count to Hall. Bond still at second base. Wouldn't expect him to be moving. He'll probably be staying right there. Action pitch coming, full count. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout as they limit the damage to just 1 run on 1 hit, 1 one Mustang error. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. Mustangs now trail by 3 coming to bat.
Heritage Bank is proud to be a locally owned community bank. We have been committed to our community and meeting the financial needs of our customers since 1873. We are confident that our knowledgeable staff can help you make informed decisions about your financial needs no matter how big or small. Let us show you how rewarding a relationship with First Heritage Bank can be. Stop in at one of our 2 locations, or you can find out more information at www.fhbshen.com. First Heritage Bank is a proud supporter of Shenandoah High School Athletics. Go Shen, member FDIC.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
We are back here in Shenandoah, bottom of the fifth, 6, 7, 8, due up for Shenandoah. Little game recap. Shenandoah, by my count, has scored 4 runs through the first 4.5 innings on 9 hits. They have 1 error in the field, which happened that last inning. Red Oak has scored 7 runs on 7 hits, and all of those runs and hits have come in the last 2 frames, innings 4 and 5. And they have 2 errors in the ball game, and both of those errors came back in the first inning. They've played really clean baseball since inning number 1. So it's going to be Jacob Rystrom, who is 0 for 1 today. He's struck out in the second, was hit by a pitch and drove a run in his last time up. And Rystrom right down the third base line on a 2-hop and picked up to Roeder for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. It's a 5-3 put out. And Gage Herron steps in. He's hit the ball well twice tonight. See if he can make it 3rd time's a charm here. And the Bender checked his swing. Did he go? Evidently he did, says the home plate umpire. You know, I don't like it that they don't check when the guy's at first. The guy's at first. Ask the guy. Home plate umpire can't see if he checked. It's a judgment call anyways. I digress. 0-1. Bender. Now you're 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Herron. And that ball's chopped to the shortstop. And the throw to first, not in time. Safe is Herron, infield single. Good call. That was definitely a foot hit the bag before the ball hit the mitt. So we're going to give him a clean single. Clean single, 2nd hit of the night for Herron on a hustle single. And now it's Eli Cameron who's hit the ball twice, but he's been out twice. So now with Herron at first, and a 1-0 count, and a Bender, that's going to miss. So 2-0 now. To Eli Cameron. That ball misses. I believe it's 2 balls and a strike to count. With Herron aboard at first. And Schmidt steps off. 2-1 offering, chop foul down the first base line, so we're even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Herron goes back to first. Cameron still at the plate. Saw a couple benders in a row and then was late on a fastball. So we'll see what Schmidt tries to do here. I got to imagine Cameron's thinking curveballs, so maybe some high cheddar. Nope, throws another curveball in the dirt, and Cameron was able to lay off. It's easier to lay off when you think it's coming, right? So that would have been a really good spot for a high fastball. But now it's got to be a fastball, and that's the ball 4, and it squirts away. And fortunately for Red Oak, nothing bad happened. But for Shenandoah, you've got 2 aboard now with Cole Scammon. Scammon 1 for 2 tonight. Singleton scored back in the 5th. And now another single is gonna probably put a run on the board. First pitch to Scammon, and he lines it right there between first and second, and that's going to load the bases. So Scammon 2 for 3 now, loading the bases. That's hit number 11 for Shenandoah. Bases loaded, top of the order. So this is exactly what you want if you're Coach Roberts, as we're going to get another visit to the mound. That may be the end of the night for A.J. Schmidt. If it is, we'll take a break. So I'm getting kind of tired of talking. I don't have a color guy. Coach Soderberg, hope you're having fun. Looks like they're just having a visit at the mound. Spangler will be up. Spangler, by my count, one for two on the day. Grounded out to second base to lead off the ball game. Singled and was thrown out at second on a caught stealing, and walked and scored last inning. So he's been on base twice, scored once. So he's been productive. See what he can do here to help his own cause. And on deck is Camden Lormer, who's also had a really good night at the plate. He's hit the ball hard 3 times, been on base all 3 times, driven in a run and scored a run. So there's definitely damage in the box and in the on-deck circles. 2-0. Now Spangler way up in the count. The one thing that's really nice about Spangler that I've watched over the last couple of years, probably why he's in the leadoff spot, really good eye, he's not going to chase pitches out of the zone very often. And now he's in the driver's seat, 3-0, and a walk gets you a run and gets you just 1 run closer, and that would probably spell the end of the night. Now Schmidt needed 1, and he got it, so 3-1. Spangler ready to go now at 3 balls and a strike. 3-1, Spangler, healthy cut, as now we're all full. We're all full at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-1, fouled back and out of play. The softball game's over, but so there's nobody on the field to take that hit to the melon. So everybody's foreheads are clear and everybody's good. I think one of the Burdorf kids got the ball, one of the twins. We are all square. We'll do it again. Another payoff pitch to Spangler, and he lines one into shallow left field, and that's going to get 1 in for sure, and in comes Cameron, and he scores. So a 2-run single for Jade Spangler with 2 strikes on a full count offering. That's hit number 12, and I'm assuming that's going to spell the end of the night, and it will. So Spangler, a single with 2 stakes attached. And we'll figure out all the logistics of who's coming in and who's not, but we're going to step aside while they warm up. 1-run ball game here in Shenandoah with 1 out in the 5th. Pitching change. We'll be right back.
From large projects to daily tasks, we can help at Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. This is Josh, and we pride ourselves on quality products, knowledge, and service. We're always available for advice on the projects that take years to design or the issues that need fixed in a hurry. And we offer free estimates on anything and everything you need to complete both. When you have a demand, we offer the supply. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah.
Pella Corporation in Shenandoah is growing. Pella is a family-owned company and has a strong heritage that started in 1925. Pella offers a strong benefit package, competitive wages, quarterly bonuses, profit sharing, and more. Pella has a decreased overtime schedule. You'll never work on Sundays, and you will have at least 2 Saturdays off each month to spend more time with your family. Go to careers.pella.com to see what jobs are available and apply today. Experience is not necessary, as Pella will provide training. Pella is an equal opportunity employer.
The strength of a house starts with its foundation. Just like the strength of a community starts with its education to ensure its success for many generations to come. The Shenandoah, Iowa Education Foundation strives to bring world-class education and opportunities to the youth of Shenandoah. Visit ShenandoahIowaEducationFoundation.org to become a part of the $100 Club, the Family Challenge, to donate to the Peter J. Weber Scholarship, or to make a general donation. The Shenandoah, Iowa Education Foundation, partnering today for success tomorrow.
We're back here in Shenandoah. The new pitcher on in the inning for Red Oak will be Brett Erickson, sophomore. Not a lot of experience so far this year. He's pitched in 2 games, 4 innings. Done a pretty good job. Hasn't allowed a run. He's done a pretty good job. He's given up a couple of hits. He's walked 4. He struck out 9. He's got a pretty good bender from what I'm seeing, just watching him warm up. But he's got a tough situation, up by 1. Right now, Schmidt, who's playing third in place of Erickson, they just did a swap. Schmidt's in the line to win the game, but he is responsible for the 2 runners aboard to see if Erickson can help him out there. And that ball is lined into left field. Hall cannot make the play. That's going to be 1 run for sure. Spangler around second, gets to third, and he will hold up there at third. That's going to be an RBI double for Lormer. He's had a great night at the plate, and it just continues. That ball was scalded off his bat. That scored scamming easily, and Spangler gets around to third. And folks, we are all square. So now pitcher of record is up in the air. Pitcher of record is not Schmidt. Schmidt can only lose this game because he's responsible for Spangler at third. First pitch missing downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 Dalton, 8th and 1 for 3 on the night. Struck out, singled and scored back in the 4th, and then popped out his second time up, and the 1-0 pitch in for strike number 1. So now 2 in scoring position. 8th and the lefty at the plate. 1-1, the bender easy to lay off of there. 2 balls and 1 strike. So the infield in for Red Oak. And the 2-1 misses down, so 3-1. When the first pitch you throw is a double, and then you 3-1 count to the next hitter, sometimes it can get a little dicey. Erickson finds the zone, makes the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch here for the sophomore, trying to limit the damage. Payoff pitch is lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to score 1 for sure. Holding at third is Camden Lormer, so an RBI single. And now Shenandoah back on top since it was 2-1. So that's hit number 14. So keep them hits a coming, Shenandoah. As now Lormer's at third. Ethan is at first with an RBI single, 2 for 4 on the night for him. And now Cole Graham, who's 2 for 3 on the night, reached base all 3 times. He's had a phenomenal start to this season. He was batting about 450 coming into tonight, and that's only going to get better. And he swings at a first pitch fastball up in the zone. Definitely, Graham definitely, from the looks of things, likes to see fastballs. 0-1, the bender he laid off, and the throw is not attempted. So that's going to be defensive indifference there. So Graham's even in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on in scoring position with just 1 out. And that ball's in for strike number 2. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 straight benders. The old coaching adage about pitching is twice twice as foolish, 3 times as genius, and there's your curveball, 3rd in a row, and it was fouled off. Good pitch. They say throwing the same pitch twice in a row is foolish, but throwing it a 3rd time, that's just genius, and that's exactly what Erickson did. But now Graham was able to foul it off. Let's see, do you change the eye level here, try to go with some high cheese? 1-2 pitch. Another curveball missing down. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Good take from Cole Graham. Two fastball missing outside, so we are all full again, just like with Ethan. But now I think that eliminates the curveball. So now you can pretty well just sit on fastball, and if it's in the zone, give it a rip. 3-2 count, fastball way upstairs. So Graham works the walk, comes back from a 1-2 count.
Third baseman number 11, Logan.
And now Logan Twyman steps up. 0 for 3 tonight. Hit the ball all 3 times. Bases loaded, 1 out. Lormer is at 3rd. Ethan is at 2nd. First pitch in for strike number 1. I think I lied to you about who is at 2nd. Gotta make sure I get that right. Get him in the box. And that looks like Zane McManus at 2nd base, running for Ethan there. So my apologies to the McManus family. With Twyman at the plate. 0-1, Bender stayed upstairs. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's definitely a 12-6 curveball for Erickson. So 12-6, think of it like a clock. So it starts at 12 and ends at 6, so straight up and down. And, you know, if you're not getting the release point on that, just like he threw another curveball there, now he's down in the count 2-1. If it doesn't come down, it becomes an easy take. But now 2-2 as Erickson has everything at his disposal here. He can throw the bender, he can come back with the fastball, whatever he wants. To Twyman, 2-2 pitch. Fastball missing down, so we're all full. All full, nowhere to put them. So action pitch coming. It's either going to be a run, or it's going to be an out. And he missed. Ball 4, back-to-back walks. It's going to be an RBI. So really, two really good plate appearances for Shenandoah back-to-back with Graham and Twyman. And now it's Jacob Rystrom up to the plate now as he swung at first pitch, strike 1. And he is 0 for 2 with an RBI. Now he's down on the count, 0-2, in a game that kind of flipped on its head back in the 4th, and now it's flipped again here in the 5th. 0-2 pitch, high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the 5th. One, two, there's a bender. That's up the middle and off of the glove of Bond. That's going to be an infield single for Rystrom. And now the merry-go-round continues as Rystrom gets his 2nd RBI of the night. Really good job by Shenandoah with 2 strikes here in this. With 2 strikes in this inning, they've done a really good job. And now Heron steps up. Heron singled and scored his last at-bat. We're going to get another visit to the mound. That's a 3rd visit in the inning. I have to work tomorrow. I don't think they care. We started a little late. Maybe it was on time. I don't know. It's only 9:15, but baseball games tend to run longer than softball games anyways. But 10-7 to score, 1 out in the 5th. Shenandoah was up 2-0, then lost the lead 4-2. Then it was 6-2, then 6-4. They clawed back. Red Oak drew another run further away, 7-4. Last half inning, in the top half of the fifth, and then Shenandoah has stormed back for 6 runs here in this frame with just 1 out. We've seen a pitching change, we've seen 3 mound visits, and a bunch of walks. That makes baseball take longer. So nowhere to put them. And another ball. This one to Gage Heron. Heron's hit the ball hard all 3 times. Heron, big swing. Big swing. Had a bases loaded swing right there. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Heron. That ball misses way up and in. Way to lay off that one. Good thing he got the bat down. 2 balls and a strike. And Erickson steps off the back of the mound, back of the rubber. So he's trying to find a way to wiggle himself out of damage. 2-1. That ball's right down the middle and swung on and missed. Healthy hack for Gage Heron, as now it's 2-2 with Eli Cameron on deck as the Mustangs have batted around. 2-2 looks like foul just right off of the end of the bat. So game of inches as he was able to stay alive. Still a 2-2 count. And that ball misses upstairs, so we're all full now. Another full count. This is the 3rd consecutive, 3 out of the last 4 batters have all had full counts. And another foul ball as Heron just fighting it off of the end of his bat. And we're going to do it again. Another payoff pitch to Gage Heron. 3-2 offering one more time. Misses again. So that's the 3rd bases loaded walk of the inning. And we're going to have another mound visit, and that will be the end of the night for Erickson, at least on the mound. So that'll close the door quickly on him. Did not record an out. And we're going to step aside again as there's going to be a pitching change. They're going to have to do some warm-ups. So I'm going to sit down for a little bit and pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Sorensen Auto Plaza in Shenandoah has been here over 25 years, and they specialize in financing. Buy here, pay here. At Sorensen Auto Plaza, they finance all credit types. Bad credit, no problem. Visit SorensenAutoplaza.com to apply for financing and stop by and visit us on Sheridan Avenue. Sorensen Auto Plaza, proud to support this Shenandoah live stream.
United Group Insurance is a team of people you know and people you trust. We offer home, auto, farm, crop, life, health, and commercial insurance from our convenient offices in Atlantic, Griswold, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. Our team of agents work together to make sure our customers find an insurance policy they feel great about. We offer a variety of insurance carriers so you can choose what works for your coverage needs. Learn more at United Group INS.
Here it is. This is where my passion is my major.
With more than 80 areas of study, dozens of clubs and activities to choose from, and advisors who ask the right questions and offer support, it's easy to be you at Iowa Western.
We're back here in Shenandoah. New pitcher on the mound was the catcher, Braden Woods. Took off the catcher's gear. Now he's back in, and now he's pitching. So Braden Woods has started a game this year. He's 0-1.
Shortstop number 15.
He's 0-1, giving up just one run unearned. So he's done a pretty good job in limited action. So now Eli Cameron facing Woods, and Wood gets strike one. A little bit more of a funky delivery there from Woods, but if you can throw strikes at this point for Red Oak, I think that's kind of all you're really looking for, as the 0-1 is fouled straight back. And really, I'm pretty sure if you ask Coach Erickson, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I would imagine it doesn't really matter how hard or soft somebody throws or how weird or sidearm or whatever they want to throw, just throw me strikes. As he's thrown 3 straight strikes, and that's out number 2 as Woods comes in immediately. Three pitches and 1 out, and now Cole Scammon up to the plate. Three more Mustangs on base right now, and they've already left the bases loaded once tonight. You definitely don't want to make it a habit of leaving the bases loaded. We'll see if Scammon can come up with his second big hit in the inning and his third consecutive hit, as he's 2 for 3 tonight. As that pitch is in for strike one, so 1 ball, 1 strike to the second baseman for Shenandoah. 15 hits on the night for Shenandoah. 11 runs on those 15 hits, with 3 more out there with 2 outs here, as Scammon takes a healthy hack at strike number 2. Now Woods got a good breaking ball, a left to right breaking ball, or inside to outside breaking ball to a righty. We'll see what he comes up with here. There's your breaking ball, and good job by Scammon to lay off. So now we're all square. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 11-7 to score. Woods trying to minimize the damage, as that ball's going to get down. That's 1 run for sure. You're going to get Rystrom waved around third. The play at the plate. Not in time. Safe is Rystrom. That's your starting center in football, folks. What kind of wheels do you have, young man? And a big 2-out single. 2-out, 2 RBI single, as Rystrom comes all the way from second to score. Heron goes first to third. And Twyman scores as well. And now back to the top of the order, and Jade Spangler in a 13-7 ball game, with Scammon at first, Heron at third, and a 6-run lead. Throw to Spangler is in for strike 1. A 1, and the throw down is going to be skipped in, and it gets by the shortstop. And I think it was just kind of one of those deals where they were just trying to get a run in and just get into a pickle and get a run in. But it's going to be an error on Erickson now, who's playing third. So it's now 14-7 on an E6, and just kind of a weird play, as that ball misses. So Heron will score. Scammon will be at second. And it's a 1-1 count, 2-1 count rather, as that ball misses as well. So now 3-1 with 2 outs and a 14-7 score. And that one misses, so a walk, a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up Lormer, who's been swinging a hot bat tonight.
Center fielder number 2, Camden Lormer.
Lormer, 2 RBIs in the night, 2 runs scored, and 2 singles and a double. Big fly ends it. And he takes one for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And that one's in. Strike number 1. 1-1 to Camden Lormer, the center fielder here for Shenandoah, who had struggled coming into tonight, but I'd say that the struggles may be over as Lormer's had a wonderful night as that ball is in the dirt and the double steal is on. So you're going to get 2 in scoring position now and a 2-1 count to Camden Lormer. And the 2-1 is fouled straight back and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Still got the bender in your back pocket if you're Woods. And he misses upstairs with a fastball, so we're all full. Action pitch coming with Dalton Athan on deck, and he hit a clutch 2-out or a bases loaded single, and Lormer goes down swinging, and mercifully the inning comes to an end, but 10 runs in the inning on a slew of hits. I'm not going to count them. We'll go to the top of the 6th, a whole new ball game as your Mustangs doubling up the Tigers.
This very moment, a board-certified surgeon specializing in female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery is scrubbing up in a newly remodeled surgical center full of the latest technology to give a woman a chance to take back control over her body. It will take less than an hour. There will be minimal recovery time, and afterwards, she'll start to feel normal again. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
It's always been my dream to own a locker.
You like school that much, huh?
Actually, no, my own meat locker.
I'm processing.
So, what do you think?
Well, if that's your it, let's make it happen.
Every inch of your body puts pressure on one place, your feet. So give your feet everything they could ask for by walking in to Brown Shoe Fit Shenandoah. Shoes for every occasion, boots for any situation, and above all, the right fit for you. After all, Brown Shoe Fit has been fitting feet for over 100 years. The only downside, so many shoes to choose from and only 2 feet. Great service, great selection, a great fit every time at Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Shenandoah.
We're back here in Shenandoah, top of the 6th, in right after the 5th inning that just would never end. 11 total runs scored in that 5th inning. 10 of those came via the Shenandoah Mustangs as they flipped the game on its head, but there's still 6 big outs to go. And Red Oak has shown the ability to score on the season and tonight, as they've scored 7 tonight. And Logan Twyman will be the new pitcher right now for Shenandoah. Spangler will be back in, stays in the game, goes to shortstop, but he will be the pitcher of record should Shenandoah hang on to win. It's going to be 9-1-2 due up for Red Oak, and it's going to be Brett Erickson 0 for 2 on the night, 2 strikeouts, but seeing Twyman for the first time. First pitch in for strike 1. Twyman has not thrown a lot this year, but has thrown both last year and this year. Just two games, 2 2/3. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's got a good bender. 0-1, and that ball, did he check his swing? He did check his swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch from Twyman, swung on and missed by Erickson. So now again down in the count is Erickson, who's already had 2 strikeouts. He's going for the hat trick right now. That's what something you want to try to avoid, and Twyman has not shown Uncle Charlie yet. A 1-2 from Twyman. Breaking ball stayed up. Didn't snap it off, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two from Twyman. Fastball stays upstairs. We're all full. Payoff pitch. Missed somewhere. Where, I don't know, but I'm guessing maybe a little low. Had to be low. But that is a tough walk because it's the number 9 hitter. And now we go back to the top of the order for Chase Roeder. Roeder has reached base now twice tonight. And he's driven in a run. First pitch to Roeder, and it's fouled off. I think that pitch would have hit him as he squared to bunt, but he stayed square. So it ends up being a strike. Fortunate for Shenandoah. And a snap throw over to first, and Erickson back in safely. So 0-1 to count at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We started this game just shortly after 7:30, so it's been just about 2 hours. And that ball's bunted, but foul. And if Roeder just stands there, that's ball 1. But that ball was gonna hit the ground, but he was able to get a piece of it, so give him credit. But now 0-2, probably taking the bunt off. You'd imagine, maybe not. I don't know. I've seen crazier things, but you're probably taking the bunt off. And Erickson at first. You may see some motion here with nobody out. Not moving, and Roeder fights one off, just kind of off the thumbs. Out near the fans, sitting right over there as you're looking at your screen, dead center there, right by the light pole. So it's still 0-2. Twyman hasn't shown the bender yet here. Still hasn't shown it, and Roeder, ooh, that hit a truck. That hit that same Silverado. You don't want to park there. That Silverado, that's the only vehicle that's been hit tonight, and it's been hit twice. It's right by the Porta-John. Don't park by the Porta-John. You might think it's handy to park by the Porta-John, but you don't want to park there because that's where you're going to get hit. 1-2, the count from Twyman to Roeder. You haven't shown him the bender yet. He's been well behind these last 2, so you're either going to elevate a fastball here or break off Uncle Charlie. With a 7-run lead, the snap throw. Yeah, with the snap, I appreciate the snap throw. Maybe that's something that's called. I don't know. But with a 7-run lead, I'm really just focused on the batter because that guy at first doesn't mean anything right now. 0-2 pitch is a bender that just stayed up. He hasn't been snapping them off, and now you got Erickson at second base, which again doesn't really matter. It does. I mean, every run matters. Don't get what I'm saying twisted there, but you really got to get the batter. It's kind of really all that matters. You just 6 outs. Just 6 outs with a 7-run lead. Don't play with the guy on base. Just get the batter. 1-2 count from Twyman. It's swung on and missed. Good pitch. Out number 1. Needed that. So Roeder down on strikes. That's going to bring up Landon Kaus. Kaus did something I've never seen in all of my years. I'm not that old, but he got hit by a pitch by the same pitcher twice in the same inning earlier tonight. That's pretty crazy, pretty wild. He does not have a hit tonight. He's actually officially only 0 for 1. He flied out to Cole Graham, who made a really nice play in the first inning, but then he's been hit by a pitch twice. And that 1-0 is in for strike number one. So really only one official plate appearance for Kaus, as he's now even in the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one. Another bender, just not feeling it tonight because it's just not there, at least at the moment, for Twyman. He can always find it. I'm not saying go away from that pitch because you got to keep him off balance, but that's just not there right now, as that's 2 wild pitches here in the last probably 3 or 4 pitches, just trying to get that bender, just trying to find it. 2 balls and a strike, top of the 5th. Top of the 6th. As that ball's popped, foul. It's going to be just out of play. Nobody got hurt. Everybody's okay. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was dangerously close to us. I mean, not that close, but fairly close. Stiff breeze might have got me. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Twyman sets, fires, strike 3 looking. Back-to-back Ks after a leadoff walk to the number 9 hitter. So really good job by Twyman to bounce back, as that's now out number 2, and it brings up Dawson Bond, and Bond 1 for 3 on the night. RBI double back in the 4th, and then he's flown out to center and grounded out to 3rd. And that ball stayed upstairs. Good eye by Bond. I think that was almost over his head there, so good job of laying off. I've known kids that have tried to swing at that. Some of them live in my house. 1-0 the count. And that one's right in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. I hope they're listening. I really do. Because if they're listening, they're going to be like, oh, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. And they're right. I don't. I've been talking for 2.5 hours, folks. Give me a break. There's 2 outs. Top of the 6th. 1-1 count. And that ball is hit to 3rd. And that's going to get through. That's a base hit. Bond thinking about second base. And he's not going to go. Spangler nearly kept that ball in play, or on the infield there, but just kind of squirted away. It's going to be an RBI single for Bond, and it's now 14-8. So Erickson scores. It's 14-8, and A.J. Schmidt back into the batter's box. And he's 2 for 3 on the night, scored twice, 2 singles. First pitch, strike 1, swinging strike. Bond at first. You really probably just don't want to pay much attention to him. I mean, if he's going to go, he's going to go. Bonds doesn't have any steals, but he leads the team for Red Oak in steals on the year. So I'm sure he's probably going to go, and that's okay. Let him go. It's a snap throw to first, and Bond back easily. Better stand up. I don't want to get bed sores. Oh! And the 0-1 is grounded into left field. That's a 2-out single. So now 2 on, 2 out. Runners at first and second. Don't look now, folks, but we're still going. That's going to bring up Braden Woods. Woods 1 for 3, RBI single back in the 4th. He's stolen a base in that inning as well. Coach Burdorf just comes up to the booth. You want to take over for a little while? I've been talking for 2.5 hours.
No, you're doing great.
Oh, I'm sure. First pitch to Woods is fouled straight back and out of play. So, no balls and a strike. The count. Guys, I'm live. I'm live, guys. I'm just kidding. Do you want to talk about it on the mic? I can't hook you up, but you can hold it. Sure. 0-1 the count. Runners at first and second. Don't worry about the runners. Don't worry about the runners. Oh no. We've been here for a while.
I know.
Just a shade under a decade.
between the 6th and 7th.
Yeah, we got to cut the grass. No balls, 1 strike to Braden Woods. Twyman, 2 strikeouts, a couple of 2-out singles. There's a bender, and that's a hit by pitch. So he just doesn't have the feel for his curveball tonight. I think this is probably so if the Twyman family's watching this, I apologize, because we went to commercial break, and I looked at Dale, and I said, kid's got a good bender. That's exactly what I said, and he has not thrown one for a strike tonight, so that's my fault, Twyman family. I apologize to Logan, the whole family. There's a conference on the mound. What is that? We need a live chicken? A live chicken? So somebody put a hex on Hector's glove, and nobody could seem to figure out what to get Tommy and Millie for their wedding. Oh, well, candlesticks always make a nice gift. Oh, that's a great movie.
Boy, TJ, you need a partner, buddy.
I do. I really do. Well, Soderbergh's not here.
Oh, he's probably in Florida.
Yeah, he's at Pebble Beach or Myrtle Beach or some beach. I texted him today. I was like, you're not going to be here tonight, are you? And he said, yep, I'm gone until next week. As that pitch misses for a ball upstairs, my response to him was, you're dead to me. I don't mean that. He laughed. We joked. 1-0 the count. Twyman in for a strike to Adam Beyer. Beyer 1 for 3 on the night. Single drove in 2 back in the 5th inning. So he's definitely capable of giving Red Oak a crooked number here, and that they desperately need, and when we desperately don't want as Mustang fans, as that's in for 0-2. I would not throw the curveball right here. I would elevate a fastball. Just elevate a fastball. No? You're saying out.
Yeah.
Throw it out. I'd just elevate a fastball. Throw some cheese at his eyeballs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See it? He threw it right in the happy zone there, and he got a piece of it. You got to throw some cheddar at the eyes, because he's thinking curveball, and it's going to get on him quick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Twyman trying to get out of the 6th and keep this 6-run lead. Red Oak trying to put a crooked number on the board, and that ball's just low. I feel like there was a gust of wind and a hint of dust got into the eye of the home plate umpire. It just at the wrong time. It happens. It happens. We'll keep it professional up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outside, we're full. The runners will be moving on the pitch, except for the guy at third. I always hate that. We're running on the pitch, and the guy at third's like, I'm not running. I mean, if he hits one hard down the third baseline, I'm going to need a new dental plan. Like, I don't want to do that. So he'll slow play it, but everybody else will be moving on the pitch. Oh, he is running. He's going to go. He did go. And he did go. He checked his swing, buddy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, he went. He did not go, evidently, but that was tough. So that's going to be an RBI. Oh, that's trouble. And that's going to be Brody Bond now stepping in. He is 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Whew. Whew. It's a good thing I don't have to go to the bathroom. I don't have anybody. You're up here, though. You could do some talking. First pitch in for strike 1. I feel like we're going to get a makeup called third strike right here. I feel like that's going to happen. 7, 8, 9. No, I mean, he's still got to get another strike. That's not going to do it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Twyman throwing a little harder this year than he did last year. I have no idea how fast he threw last year, but I watched him pitch a little bit last year. He's got a little more juice in the arm this year. And that ball's going to be popped up unless we're playing in a silo. That one would have been gone if we were playing in a silo, but instead it's caught by Gage Heron. So 2 runs in the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Mustangs up by 5. They better get some more because this lead may not be safe.
Heritage Bank is proud to be a locally owned community bank. We have been committed to our community and meeting the financial needs of our customers since 1873. We are confident that our knowledgeable staff can help you make informed decisions about your financial needs no matter how big or small. Let us show you how rewarding a relationship with First Heritage Bank can be. Stop in at one of our 2 locations, or you can find out more information at www.fhbshen.com. First Heritage Bank is a proud supporter of Shenandoah High School athletics. Go Shen, member FDIC.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
We're back here in Shenandoah, bottom of the 6th. It's going to be 3-4-5, Murderers Row. Dalton Athan, Cole Graham, and Logan Twyman due up for Shenandoah. Athan 2 for 4 with an one RBI, scored 2 runs. Graham, who made a really nice play, Coach, you missed it. You were busy, but what's the kid's name? Landon Kaus hit a shot down the right field line. It was in foul territory. Graham made a really nice running catch in foul territory. I don't know if it'd be a web gem. I don't know if that's still a thing, but it was a really nice play. I don't know how they.
There's like a whole extra acre of foul territory.
Yeah, he had plenty of room. He didn't ever have to worry about the fence.
An acre.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole other acre of foul territory.
Yes.
Here in Shenandoah.
Yes. Woods back in to pitch for Red Oak. Are you doing this for? All right, that's great. I've been messing the camera up, so Coach is going to do the camera for me. I appreciate that. So now I only have to mess up 2 things, not just 1 thing. Not just 3 things, I mean. So Athan, 2-0 the count, and a 2-0 healthy hack. 2-0 healthy hack. Oh, I guess you're up by 5. Swing hard, right? 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Athan. And Athan hits one. That's down the line. It's going to be foul. Camera guy was on it. That was good. I don't know, Coach. This guy's, I know they can't hear you. I'm sorry, but this guy, he didn't do the windup last inning. He's doing his windup now. He's kind of, he doesn't ever really look at the plate until he's ready to throw. It's kind of wild. There it is. Full count and swinging it. Kind of throws the hitter off. Like he's just not even looking. So that's the first out and a quick out for Red Oak. If they want a chance to come back and win in this game, really important to kind of minimize damage, and already given up 14. You really don't want to give up any more. That first pitch to Cole Graham misses for ball 1. Graham has reached base all 4 times. He is 2 for 3 on the day. Reached on an error in the first, drove in a run. And then, he had a single in the first and then a throwing error. So I apologize for that. He is 3 for 3 on the day. He's had a big, big night. 2 RBI, scored a run. Graham's batting about .950 on the year, and it just got higher tonight. We'll see what he can do now. 0-2. A little bender? No. A little high cheddar. Brought some high cheese. Dusted him off the plate. What do you think's coming now, Coach? High and tight? Bender. Sometimes it's just too easy.
It doesn't really throw. It's kind of like a 3-4 slider.
Yeah, but it's still a bender. It had a little wrinkle.
Yeah. He didn't even take a sign. He gets on the rubber, throws it.
I kind of like that. Well, he's like, we've been here for 2.5 hours.
Watch him. He gets on the rubber. Doesn't even take a sign. He's just going. I'm ready. Here it comes.
Full count offering. That's in there. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Wood. Now Logan Twyman will step in. Twyman 0 for 3 on the night, but did walk and score. Drove in a run in his last plate appearance. So 0 for 3 on the night with a run scored and an RBI. Twyman takes strike one. Boy, that was missing that. So 0-1 the count to Twyman from Woods. 0-1. Boy, he's just feeling it. Where was this in the 5th? 0-2, and Twyman hangs in there. That was an emergency hack right there. Definitely an emergency hack. But a good job by Twyman to hang in there. 0-2 the count. That's a ball in the dirt. Probably a good waste pitch there. Been around the zone quite a bit, so works himself into a 1-2 count. See if Twyman can get aboard. If he does reach base, then Jacob Rystrom's had a good night tonight. Drove in 2 runs, got hit by a pitch and drove in a run. Oh, well, never mind then. As striking out the side is Braden Woods, so a quick bottom of the 6th. 3 outs away from a flawless victory. We'll be back in 60 to see how this thing wraps up.
From large projects to daily tasks, we can help at Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. This is Josh, and we pride ourselves on quality products, knowledge, and service. We're always available for advice on the projects that take years to design or the issues that need fixed in a hurry. And we offer free estimates on anything and everything you need to complete both. When you have a demand, we offer the supply. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah.
Pella Corporation in Shenandoah is growing. Pella is a family-owned company and has a strong heritage that started in 1925. Pella offers a strong benefit package, competitive wages, quarterly bonuses, profit sharing, and more. Pella has a decreased overtime schedule. You'll never work on Sundays, and you will have at least 2 Saturdays off each month to spend more time with your family. Go to careers.pella.com to see what jobs are available and apply today. Experience is not necessary, as Pella will provide training. Pella is an equal opportunity employer.
We're back here in Shenandoah, top of the 7th, 3 outs away. They may be the toughest 3. Oh, there it was. Did you see that? Did everybody see that? It was on camera. He has a good curveball. Is it a knuckle curve? Or is it a straight bender? 12-6er. Dropping off the table. So, Twyman still in the game to pitch. Did a good job last inning, save for the walks. Probably a few more walks than he would have liked to have given up there, and Coach Roberts would have liked to have had, but battled through it, limited the damage to just 2 runs. They had a 7-run lead. Now it's a 5-run lead. It's 8-9 top of the order. 8 and 9. The 8 and 9 hitters for Red Oak have not hit the ball out of the infield yet tonight. So you can't dance around them. You got to go right after him if you're Logan Twyman. And that's exactly what he does right there. First pitch, 0-1. Hall hit a pop-up RBI with the infield in back in the 4th inning. Bases, that ball misses down, 1-1. The bases at the time were loaded, Coach, and the infield was in with 1 out, and the ball was popped up about 20 feet away from where Cole Scammon is right now, and he just couldn't get to it. 2 balls and a strike, so it ended up being an infield RBI. So now 2 balls and a strike to Hall. Got to have strike 2 here and can't get it. So now 3 balls and a strike. Definitely not the recipe. He's walking the leadoff hitter up by 5 with 3 outs to go. Twyman's 3-1 pitch. In for strike 2. Big pitch. Big pitch here. Coach, I call this an action pitch. This is an action pitch here because something's going to happen. It's 3-2. It's either a walk, a hit, an out, foul ball, and it's a walk. So a leadoff walk for Hall. Definitely not what you wanted to have happen there. So Hall works the walk, and something to keep in mind, too, for the viewers watching at home, the millions of you. 10 stolen bases tonight for Red Oak. Down by 5, you may not want to be too cavalier on the bases, but that's definitely something. If this game gets a little tighter, they have not been thrown out, and they have been very aggressive on the bases. We haven't thrown anybody out tonight yet. I really haven't had anything close, so there's no reason for them to stop. Don't want to run into an out right now, but if this game becomes a 1 or 2 run game, you may see some of the strings getting pulled by Coach Erickson here. Down in the order, we'll see if they square a bunt and send the runner here. I don't know why you would, but they might. Hall has a good size lead. And a strike call. Good pitch by Twyman to get back in the count here. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is Chase Roeder. Was a catcher a year ago. Now he's playing outfield, first base, kind of all over the place. That ball's fouled straight back and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No need to mess around. No need to mess around. Erickson walked and scored back in the 5th. One, 2. Bender gets by Ethan. So that's going to be a wild pitch. And again, just like last inning, that run, obviously it matters, but it doesn't matter. Like, work on the batter. If he scores and you get 3 outs, that doesn't really matter. Work on the batter and a 2-2 count. Number 9 hitter, 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Give him something in the zone, make him offer. His last 2 pitches have not been close. And we're now full to the number 9 hitter. Walk to the number 8 hitter. Full to the number 9 hitter with the top of the order set to do up for the Tigers. Full count pitch from Twyman. In for strike 3. So 1 out. Big out number 1 as the lineup flips over. Those are one of my favorites. When the guy thinks it's ball 4. I mean, anyways. When the guy thinks it's ball 4 and then he gets rung up.
Yeah.
I did that sometimes when I was a player.
Try to sell it.
You got to try to sell it, right? So now Roeder, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at either the player or nobody tried to show anybody up. He's just trying to sell it. So Roeder offers that a bunt. He did that the last at bat, and he bunted one that was probably 3 inches from hitting the ground. The way Twyman's kind of struggling throwing strikes at the moment, don't really probably want to help him. As Roeder now down 0-2, Twyman struck Roeder out last inning. So he's now down in the count 0-2. And Roeder just may not see the ball well off of him because he's been well behind him. Maybe he's just kind of expecting a bender, and he's just not getting it. And there's your bender. Good stop by Ethan. Ethan has had a little bit of a struggle throwing kids out tonight, but he's done a very good job behind the plate stopping the ball. With a big backstop back there, that's saving bases and saving runs. So the crafty lefty, old Terry Steinbach, doing a good job. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just down and away in the dirt a little bit. So now we're 2-2. Twyman to Roeder. That ball is drilled into the outfield. The throw to the cutoff. The run scores. Roeder gets the RBI single, and now within slam range.
Center fielder number 10, Landon House.
So that's an RBI for Roeder, his 2nd of the night, as Hall scores. And now it's Landon Couse followed by Dawson Bond. Couse hitless tonight, has been hit by a pitch 2 times in the same inning, Coach, by the same pitcher. It's wild, right?
That's got to be a record.
Yeah, that's just fantastic. I mean, he's okay, and that's great. But, yeah. That ball's popped up in the infield. It's going to be a tough play, but, Spangler missed it. Go to second. Go to second. And they do, thank goodness for that. It will not be an error. It's going to end up being a 4 unassisted. Woo! Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You can't make that stuff up. See something new every day. Dawson Bond to the plate. He's hit the ball all 4 times, has 2 RBI, 2 for 4 on the night, which is on par with his average. Throw down to second and into center field. That's the 11th stolen base of the night for Red Oak. I would assume that's something that we're probably working on in practice, trying to work on that pop time, because we got a lot of lag time between the catch and then the release right now. The pitchers are trying everything they can, I think, to limit those leads, but it's tough right now. It's just tough right now for the catcher to catch and throw right now. A lot of double pump, a lot of shuffling of the feet and all that fun stuff. That's a hard position to play. Dawson Bond up in the count, 1-0. Kaus at second base, 2 down, 1 out away. Good stop back there by the catcher, Athan. So wearing the tools of ignorance back there tonight. That's what they call him, Coach. Oh, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner goes. That'll be a defensive indifference, so that will not be a stolen base. Because I said so, they'll count it, but there was no attempt of a throw, so that will be stolen base number 12, but in my mind it's not. 2-1. That ball's popped up into left center field. Talk out there, guys. Cannacorn, never a doubt, and that's the ball game. Final score, Mustangs 2 touchdowns, Red Oak a touchdown and a field goal. I've talked a lot. I'm not going to step aside and come back and do a recap. I'm just going to congratulate Shenandoah on a really good win, a come-from-behind win, and we'll see you next time. I believe I've got baseball again, the next home game that we have. It'll be a double dip. Is it Denison? Is that correct? Is that the next home game?
Monday, yeah.
Yep, so it'll be the second game of the doubleheader. I've got Denison baseball. I'll be there by myself. Coach Soderberg's still going to be golfing in some coastal state. But you got me, folks. So until next time, we had double winners tonight. Phillies beat the Red Oak Tigers softball. And what was the score, Coach? 12-8. And Shenandoah boys beat Red Oak boys 14-10. So until Monday, good night, everybody.